Hello everyone, welcome to Donna Just Being Real, the only way to be. And tonight's topic we're going to be getting into is Nature Boy arrested. Why is he the only one? Okay, so we're going to talk a little about Nature Boy. I'm going to show some clips, a little bit of his past, and talk a little bit about him. And my thing is, this is all my opinions, my thoughts and opinions is, why is he the only one being arrested? I just don't get it. I really just don't get it. All right. So we're going to talk about these clowns here. And then after we get the clowns out, I was also going to discuss a couple of other cult leaders and stuff. But I decided I'm going to save that for another live stream. We're going to get into the other cult leaders. So what you see in the description, I'm not going to discuss them. We're going to discuss that another time. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. All right, wait a minute. Hold a second. Yeah. All right. Also tonight, I have my co-host, the real Jack Newtown. He's here as a co-host. And anybody who's new to my channel is about dating, love, relationship, toxic relationship, and true crimes. And I talk about true crimes as a teaching tool to, teach you about, date smart, not thirsty. Be alert. And we're going to get into these cult leaders. And I did cult leader. I talked about Nature Boy about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then I also talked about this other cult leader. What was it, Larry Ray? I think it was Larry Ray. Yeah, the other cult leader was Larry Ray. Was talking about the one that's in New York. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be careful because there's a lot of people out here that come into your life and they just manipulators and they will try to use and abuse you and mess you up mentally, physically, and financially. And as parents, you need to talk to your kids and teach them about these trifling cult leaders that's out here. And they prey on the weak, they prey on the vulnerable, they prey on people that's, a little bit broken in their life, things is just not going well. And they'll tell them, hey, I'll be your savior. I can help you out. Just join me, that kind of thing. All right. So ladies, just hold it for just a second and I shall be right back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry about that. All right, so make sure everybody hit the like button and everything. And let me greet the people that's in here. I see Don't Need a Man, Stop Telling Me I Do. Make sure you vote. Hugs and kisses to you, beautiful. There go my co-host, the real Jack Newtown. And haven't seen in a while. Blessings to you. Blessed to you. I hope everybody had this as a great Easter. Hallelujah. Christ has risen. Okay, there go my art. Okay, got my purple hearts. One moment. Okay, I think I caught up here. All right. So first we're going to get into, I'm going to show us a couple of news clips. And then after news clips, I'm going to also show some of this madness with this group. They're all a bunch of clowns, okay? But I just personally feel that it shouldn't just be Nature Boy going down. Everybody might feel differently. We will see. All right. Let me share the screen. I'm going to share the first one. Now, this one here I'm going to share. I thought it was quite hilarious. I just want to show you how these narcissistic, sociopath, psychopath people, they live in a fairy tale world. They're very delusional. So I'm going to show you a little bit of his fairy tale world. All right, now we're going to get into his fairy tale world, ladies and gentlemen.
Carbonation. What is carbonation? The carnage conscious. Who are you? Angels of the Most High, divine angels of light. Who am I? Young Master Teacher Nature Boy, Commander in Chief of the Earth Plane, my highest self. Who am I? Queen of the Island, Commander chief of the earth plane, my highest self. Where do you come from? The highest. Select the elite and the weak. Free blood.
I can't jack with these people.
I love myself. I love myself. Sitting here, fuck. But what you in agreement to it? Yeah, so let's get back to the situation. You got jealous because I was hitting it.
Okay, I just want to show you that little opening there to let you know how they live in a fairy tale world. You know, it's like fairy tale world. Okay, now the next clip I'm going to show you here is. Okay, give me a second because I got to keep going through these clips. It's just ridiculous. All right, I'm going to show you a news clip.
Do you have a
This one here, cops. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna share another screen, show you something. It's not a news clip, but what basically kind of like a news clip. All right, let's get into this one.
You say we gon' be alright.
Is he butt ass naked?
See, they all clowns.
Hell no. This guy's, is he butt naked?
Me. Excuse me. Did I do something wrong?
I mean, you look like you did something wrong right there. But
No, come on. Come on, let's go out. I need my live one.
I got your live. Your clothes are right there behind you. You acting like a fool.
We can see. What's up, G?
listen, you say one thing on your live. What?
Yeah, he was butt naked.
Just sitting around with a bunch of people. Insane.
What? I'm talking about.
Derek, hugs and kisses. Mom's on deck.
That's your live right now?
That's my live. Yeah.
So now I'm gonna give you more views now.
Hell yeah. No, I ain't say I was no child molester. They say I'm a child molester.
Right.
I'm teaching about nature and natural living.
No, we're not.
I ain't say I was no child molester. That's what the trolls do. That's what they do.
Well, that's the thing, man. You gotta be mindful of what you
No.
on camera. You gotta be mindful of what you say.
No. We always on camera. Everything on record. That's why I record everything. That's why
I'm recording you, so you good?
Yeah, I record everything.
You good, man.
I'm
You
always-
listen. You just gotta be mindful of what you say, though.
No,
You-
we
nothing
don't.
wrong with
We
nothing
don't
wrong with preaching, like, nothing
believe
wrong.
in harming no kids. We don't believe in harming animals. We don't believe in harming Earth. We don't believe in harming human beings. We are peaceful people that teach meditation.
Hold on.
And living in
We don't
tune with
believe
the
in
universe.
harming people, but you
That's the
instructing
opposite
the
of
women to
what
slap each other.
But that's the trolls, though. People that don't agree say that they bring cops over here to make a scene. But that's what we've been going through, and you know that.
Oh, yeah,
That's why I record everything.
Just
I record
you put
everything.
your address online.
Yeah,
Why?
because I want a bitch to try me.
You will walk out the camera on that one.
Huh?
You will walk off on that one.
No, I wouldn't walk. I want a nigga to try me. My address is 2993. My shit is 2993 what?
Arbitrate.
Drive.
Georgia.
Decatur,
30033.
And all we get is pizza and police.
Push your speed.
I don't know. I don't even eat
You
pizza.
get like that.
They just be they be serving us pizza. They be bringing pizza and the police here. I don't got a problem with the streets. I try to let them know there's some weird people behind the internet that, you know what I'm saying? There's weird people that don't like you behind the internet and they just call the police to the house. That's it.
What you doing on like TikTok? Or?
No, I'm on TikTok. I'm on everything. I'm Nature Boy.
I'm Tree Guy.
I know. I've seen some of your videos.
Oh yeah, you know.
I've seen some of your videos.
You know what time it is.
Oh hell no!
A lot. And I'm about to go viral again. I got a lot of
Yeah,
followers.
he's been
I'm
watching you. He said we finna lock you up.
On TikTok, 33
33 right now, but my videos is going viral. I just put
Exactly, Jack.
They said we got you now, boy.
We're gonna get you.
I follow them all together.
We got 90,000 on YouTube.
Yeah, like I'm 39 people, but the thing is, I'm about to be more famous in a minute.
That's the only reason we out here.
Oh no, ain't no problem with no kids. We don't harm kids. We protect children. We protect children and women. We don't play no bullshit. And I let people know, y'all can pull up on my address. I'm right here. You feel me? Y'all want to come touch me?
You gonna post a video later?
It's live.
Are you gonna live?
This is live. We live on Miko. Miko the app. That's what you need to get. Miko the new app.
So I send you my invoice?
Yeah. Yeah.
Say, yo.
What you mean? What you mean?
See, the cops been spied on you, buddy.
Nah, man.
Been watching
All right,
you.
my boy. Be good, man. All right.
See there, they been watching you. They said we know where you are, boy.
He look like Mac Miller. He a nigga too. Yeah, he's a white boy, but he a nigga.
Black on the inside.
He'll be over here for the barbecue.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I'm trying to alter my state because I was teaching. I was in the middle of teaching.
Be over there with a noose and
I
some
came
white
from one
sheets.
state to the next real quick. So I'm switching out of states. I'm in a state of teaching. I'm in a meditative state. I'm channeling. I'm teaching. And then they like, oh, come to the door. So you feel the switch in my state. I've got to switch up my knees. I got to get my knees better. And they're like, oh, what's going on? Switching from one state to another.
He wanted to come over here and see what we were doing.
Yeah, he cool. He always cool. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't told you I ain't doing nothing illegal, man. I don't play that shit, bro.
Okay, that was one clip there. Okay, now I'm gonna show you another clip. Okay, I'm sorry it's going to take a second or two for me to show these different clips, but I just want you to see the madness. I want you to see the clowns and the clownettes and all of that stuff and everything. This is just pathetic, and I'll be sharing my thoughts. Well, we'll be sharing our thoughts and opinion, Jack and I, doing this. And if anybody wants to come up on the panel, feel free. I'm going to put the link in the chat. They want to pop up. And the people that's coming in here late, I know you see in the description, I was going to talk about other cult leaders. There was 4 other cult leaders I'm going to get into. But I'm going to save that for another live stream because I'll have y'all here forever because it's kind of late now. So I'm going to have another live stream. The 4 cult leaders that you see that's in the description, I'm going to get into them. Okay? We're going to discuss them. All right. So let me share something else here. All right, listen to music while I get adjusted here.
Donna, you know the cop says we've been watching you.
Mm-hmm. You saw that? Did you see the cop look on his face?
Yeah,
like?
and Nature Boy says, yeah, they'll come to our barbecue. No, they're gonna come in with white sheets and a noose.
Mm-hmm.
It gonna hang your behind.
Right. Okay. All right. What am I looking for here? Okay, we're gonna watch this news clip here. All right, I'm gonna play this clip here. You know, he thinks he's the Christ, right? Yeah, huh? Excuse me. Let's get it.
Denied bond today in DeKalb County as he faces charges of rape and false imprisonment, too.
Police say Eligio Bishop and his followers that they have taken over a home just outside Decatur. But the allegations against him and his group go far beyond that. We have team coverage tonight, starting with Joe Ripley live at the DeKalb County Police Department.
Yeah, good evening, Jeff and Sheba. And it was earlier today when we saw Eligio Bishop appear before a judge for the first time since being arrested earlier this week at that DeKalb County home on charges of rape, false imprisonment, as well as a host of other charges. Police say they were tipped off from Bishop's social media posts. I'll show you a picture of that house now. Police arrested him here at this home in the neighborhood in DeKalb County. I spoke with a member of Carbon Nation. This is the group that Bishop heads. He calls himself, this member, Captain Ace. Ace says the group has millions of followers worldwide and focuses on leading a life of principles and morals. Ace says 14 people stay at that home, professing themselves as Bishop's disciples. He has been with the group about 4 years, says he met Bishop through social media, and tells me Bishop's posts resonated with him. Ace refers to his leader as, quote, God, and denied the allegations he faces, calling his leader's arrest one of the most troubling experiences he's ever had.
In my mind, he's not locked up. In my mind, I keep the thought frequency that he is free. And because I know that where my attention goes, that's where my reality will support.
You hear the word cult. Obviously, in this day and age, you definitely want to do research as to what is going on.
That is Patrick Henderson, a father. You can tell just from his comments, he's very disturbed, concerned by these allegations, as well as this group living down the street from him. He says if you see anything suspicious in your neighborhood, make sure you do your research and report it if it rises to that level of criminality. As for Bishop, he's going to remain in the DeKalb County Jail until Superior Court sets a new court date for him.
All right, Joe. And before Bishop's arrest this week, we uncovered the alleged cult leader had a long history of problems with the law, and he has a big following on social media. Investigator Andy Parati joins us now with more.
Hey, Sheba, he calls himself Bishop, Nature Boy, Christ. Those are just some of the aliases he's used over the past few years, all linked to his religious group with a history of problems in multiple countries.
He thinks he's not locked up, but we are in a state of hell.
This is video of 38-year-old Eligio Bishop posted on his YouTube channel, The Three God TV. It has more than 90,000 subscribers, where he regularly refers to himself as the Messiah and the Christ.
I'm the return of Christ.
He's lived in Georgia on and off since at least 2006 and is a former licensed barber. For years, social media posts and news reports show he and his followers bounced around South America, including Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and Panama, adding content to his prolific social media activity on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Because they keep calling the cops over here, and I'm tired of
We found hundreds of videos and posts, many laced with profanity and rants about the world.
Being God is not cool.
In 2017, he was accused of keeping a Canadian woman as part of his followers in Costa Rica. Bishop told the Canadian CBC news outlet that the woman was free to leave at any time.
You know they came and got her.
And then he and about 20 members of the group were forced out of Hawaii for breaking COVID-19 quarantine in 2020.
According to court records, Bishop has been sued twice for failure to pay rent, property damage, and was divorced in 2013. We have much more.
This man is a true clown. Okay, I'm gonna show another clip here, and this one here I'm gonna show you is an ex-member of Carbon Nation. So we're gonna get into that one. Okay, let me share this one. What is this one here? Okay. This was the days when he was a ex-stripper and porn star too. Here's his wives. The beautiful dark-skinned sister in the back, her name is Ra, but she's not here no more. But she had something to say. I didn't really quite catch it. But I think her thing was like save the children. The children be out there. But honey, you was there with those children was there. You didn't do anything. So now you have something to say. Interesting. All right, this is the picture when he got locked up. And I think he said to the judge, outstanding. Why would you say something like that? You're just a flipped idiot. Now, this is the old crew. Well, a lot of them, well, some is still here. A lot of them's not here. I can't remember everybody's name, but this clown that's on the top left, he's still here. The clown at the bottom left is still here. And the second clown to your left, the dark skin one, he's still here, and he just, I mean, it's just pathetic. It really is pathetic. All right, let me show this next clip here. Okay, the next clip was share. Okay. All right. All right, we're gonna get into this one here. Let's get it.
Several charges. His name is Eligio Bishop, but he's known as developing tonight. An accused cult leader is in jail facing several charges. His name is Eligio Bishop, but he's known as Nature Boy. According to DeKalb County jail records, he's charged with rape, false imprisonment, and sending sexually explicit messages without the consent of the person in the picture. Bishop and the followers of the Carbon Nation cult have a reported history dating back several years. New tonight at 11, a former member is speaking to Paula Suro about the time with the group, and Paula is joining us live from the DeKalb County jail where Bishop is being held right now.
Yeah, Jennifer, you know, Erica Carroll tells me she is glad Bishop is behind bars tonight. She tells me she believes that him being in jail is only going to help open the eyes to the current members of Carbon Nation.
What would you call it? A group? A cult? Would you call it a cult?
I call it a cult now, yes. Yes, I do.
A Facebook post convinced Erica Carroll to move from New York to Honduras in 2006 to embark on a life-changing experience, one where she was told she'd be able to build a new community, eat vegan food, and be in touch with nature.
It was just in a place in my life where I was just searching for some spiritual truth.
The group back then was known as Melanation. Carol says it was led by Eligio Bishop, who went by Nature Boy. She says all 9 of them were forced to sleep in tents, use restrooms outside, and attend long meetings to, quote, face your demons.
It was a lot of verbal and mental abuse.
But after 1 year, what got her to leave was when she says she witnessed Bishop hit his girlfriend at the time.
He slapped her up and punched her a couple of times, and then he told her to go in the tent and give him oral sex. So that was the breaking point for me.
The walking away, she realized, was easier than going back home.
I had to check myself into a couple of hospitals and get my mind right. I was seeing spirits. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Like I was going through a lot.
She said she was seeing things. God.
Carol says since leaving
Life done beat the hell out of her.
now known as Carbon Nation, turned more abusive and sexual. She says for some, it wasn't as easy to leave.
He has the women fighting each other. He's put his hand on the men. He always said that he wanted like a lot of wives. Like he want 10 wives.
He's had a history of charges before.
Hanging with Mr. J, you're right.
Members being in Costa Rica when she says he was accused of kidnapping a Canadian woman who was staying with them. Now, Carol tells me she has been in touch with Bishop since leaving the cult in 2007. She tells me she even had a feeling he was going to get arrested soon and texted him just days ago, telling him, your days are numbered. Jennifer?
Wow, Paula, thank you so much for that update. Like we have said, this investigation and
Hold on, Donna. How is she still in contact with this man?
See, I was wondering too. That just that's not good, right?
How you continue in contact with Nature Boy when you left Nature Boy knowing that he's a bad person and he's an abuser,
Correct.
and he's a child toucher, a child filler,
Mhm.
and you still got his number. You still are communicating with this man.
See, this is the point I'm trying to make, Jack. I think other people need to be arrested. Why is it just him? The same thing, like
Kelly,
hanging with
Kelly.
hanging with Mr. J said about you'll be behind bars with R. Kelly. Yeah, well, R. Kelly didn't do this all alone. There's other people that participated and helped. They need to go down, okay? And especially that all right, let me just calm down. All right, I'm gonna show you another clip now. We're gonna see. What should I show first? Should I show the fight first, or should I show the Mama Dear? Which one should I show first, Jack?
Flip a coin.
Okay, the fight. Okay, we're gonna show the fight first. All right. All right. Listen to the music, ladies and gentlemen, so I can find it. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be upset with me. I'm going to show this video because this was something that popped up on my feed. And we're going to get into the mind of him like an old video before I believe this is before he went away with this carbonation group. This is very interesting. You need to go into the past because you can find out more of what's happening right now. All right. So we're going to get into that one. And then I'll show you the other one. I apologize. Where is this one? So many clips. Yeah, there's no way I could do that second part. Jack, we'd be here to like flipping midnight. All right. Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to hang out here with me to no midnight. I'm not trying to do that either. Okay. Let's get into this one. Oh, come on. Play.
Peace, family. What's going on today? Peace. It's your boy Nature Boy checking in with y'all again. Today we're gonna really dive deep into something real here quick. We're gonna talk about intercourse. I've been meaning to make this video about intercourse. Intercourse is when two or more parties engage into becoming one. Marriage. Soul is the mind. Your mind. That's your soul. And the spirit is energy. We must become the master of our energies, right? So how do we do that? This is done through intercourse. You have to understand what intercourse is, okay? When you become one with something, when two or more entities become one, when you listen to something, say you listening to some music and it's saying, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? When you listening to that music, you don't realize it that you're listening to someone saying, we gonna be all right. But in your mind, it is playing, we gonna be, you're saying it. So if he say, I love you, I love you, I love you. So say someone says that in a song. Soon as you hear it, it's saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. Like I'm talking to you right now. And when I say you're saying I when you hear me. You see? So now when you listen to me, you become one with what I'm saying. You see how that works? That's called intercourse. So be careful what you let go in your ears because it becomes you and programs your subconscious. The eyesight works because soon as you envision something, and if you know how the eyes work like this. When you see an image is sent into your mind. It's sent into your brain, and your brain registers what that image is and then tells your brain what it's seeing, right? It turns it upside down or right side up and then lets you know what you're seeing. So you are actually becoming one with what you see. People, other entities, you become one with. You hang around people, you hang around successful people, you're going to be successful. You hang around bum people, you're going to be probably end up to be a bum because you take on the characters of the people that you hang around. You take on the energy. They spirit. Remember what the energy and the spirit was. You take on that spirit. Just like when you eating food, you take on that spirit. Or when you hearing something, you take on that spirit if you hear it repetitively. You need, your subconscious works like this. It needs to hear it repetitively. You have to be in this environment all the time. Don't think that you're just gonna go somewhere one time and then some people are easily influenced depending on the ego, the ego that you have, your personal spirit, how easy it is for you to be influenced. Certain people are leaders, certain people are easily followers, depending on your astrological energy, which is your ego. Now, we have to become the masters of our soul, your mind. When someone says, you sold your soul, what do they mean when they said that? When they say that? You sell your soul when you give somebody your mind. So people that get a record deal and they can't say what they want or wear what they want, they sold their soul. That's what they say. You sold out, yo. You sold your soul, yo. You got this record label and you got this record deal, but you sold your soul. You know what I'm saying? You sold your mind. They control you because at the end of the day, they you're giving them the opportunity to manipulate you because you're trying to survive or it feels good. This is how they get control over your mind. Now, the mind, I want to say something about.
Okay, I just wanted to show you a little bit of this clown talking crap here, okay? His form of manipulation. Now we're going to get into a clip. Now the clip that I'm going to show, let me stop sharing this. The clip I'm going to show is, and we was talking about before, I think Nikki might have put it in there, how he gets people to fight with each other. That's called triangulation. A lot of these narcissistic, toxic people, they do that. They do triangulation to pin people against each other because it's a form of narcissistic supply that they get. They like chaos. They like drama. They like violence. They like all that kind of stuff. They like to see people unhappy, like to see people in misery. And the greatest part to them is that they was the one who controlled it. They can control your feelings. Okay, these people are dangerous. They just totally did. That's why I really want to get into, with these cult leaders, but we'll have it all the time. We'll talk about these other cult leaders because they was a piece of work too. Wow. Yeah. All right. Let me share screen now. Hold, please. Now we're going to get into the fight. Now, I will say this might be a little bit too much for some people. It might have triggers to see these kind of things. So if you need to exit anytime during this live stream, I completely understand because, you might have been through a cult. You might have a family member who's been through a cult. This might actually be too much. Or you might have been a victim of domestic violence. So if you need to leave, I completely understand. I appreciate the time that you did come and be here. I appreciate it. And stay tuned for more of my commentary. Now let's get into it.
Hey, yo! When I say fight, that means y'all come into the middle and fight. When I say break, that means y'all break it up and reset. You heard? We gonna handle this tribal. You heard? It's been long and waited for. the rivals. Hey, y'all. They don't understand this real nigga shit. They don't understand that's how it was before the colonizer. We fought. Now, when I say break, no matter how much you get into it, you better break. Do I make myself understood? Sound good. Afro and Aya are here to make sure that shit break up.
Now, Velvet, the light-skinned one, that's his current wife right now. They say they divorced, but I don't think they're divorced. And he's
The moment we've been really waiting for.
Yeah, that's true.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? When I say fight, y'all go in. You ready? You ready? I used to break the times like this. Say the wrong thing and you getting blocked. Say the wrong thing and you gonna get blocked. Paddy wagon, cuss locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold. Come closer. Control. It was time to marry the game. And stop right there. If you want it, you gotta see it. Malia, come closer. That shorty, she trying to bless me like I said I joke. Like a nigga sneeze. Nigga, please put them triple squeeze. I'm getting cream. Never let the roads get in between. The wood started. Little nigga, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck in their head. And when at the party, they gonna get it. Draw like I'm an artist. Crawling with straight to walk. Foreigns in my garages. A foreign bitches menaging. Y'all ready? And swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get him, I got him. You ready? No, you ready? No, you ready? Malia, you ready? Little nigga, I'm on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, Philly nigga on flyer. When I bought the road, no, you ready? I thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari. Hater, ready? Peace. Hater, tuck rest in peace. Rest in peace to the program. No grabbing here. No grabbing the shirt. You ain't talking about. Aya, you ready? What you talking about? Gangsta moving. Afro, you ready? I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. I don't say a word. Was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Fuck me. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I would ask them more, y'all thought it was ready. Flexing on these niggas, so they pop out on this finish. Double empty, that's my T-Rose, ain't the captain or lieutenant. I'm that type kind of man, can't think grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new bitch, she'll ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hands straight. Cause these niggas want
insane.
Break it. Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. These niggas try to take my life, they fuck around, get killed. You fuck around, you fuck around, you fuck around, get smoked. Cause these right. Go get him. Go get him. When they come to me, I got young niggas that's rolling. I got niggas throwing beats. I done did the DOI. I done did the KOD 7 times.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to see how Aya and Afro, how they, that's why I say other people need to be going down and be arrested. They're quite comfortable with this, whatever he says they do. And if you look in their eyes, they're quite comfortable with this. They're quite comfortable with this violence. They don't look like, you have to understand there's some people that are kind of like sadist type people. They like to inflict pain on people, or they like to see other people inflict pain on them. They're okay with that. I resume.
I said break. I said break. Stop. Stop. Why you getting sick? Why you getting sick? Stop. What I say? Stop, bitch. Stop. Stop. What the fuck you want?
Look at Velvet. She's not all that innocent. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop. Control yourself. Control yourself. So what?
Look at her.
Control yourself. Hey yo, Leah, stop. When I say stop, you stop. What's wrong with y'all? I said stop. Hey yo, when I say you stop, no, listen. Listen, when I say stop, you fucking stop. Malia, when I say stop, hey yo, when I say stop, hey yo, shut the fuck up, both of y'all. Hey, y'all ready? You ready? Come right here, you ready? Shut the fuck up, save your energy, bitch.
I'm gonna fast forward certain parts. I don't not gonna hear focus on this whole fight.
Y'all ready? When I say break, I mean fucking break. And bro, if they don't break, punch your bitch in their face. Hey yo, fight! She don't need no face. Regular niggas, I promise they can't page. I'm back independent like dog can't page. When I'm in your city, it's throw down, nigga. When you showing titties, I make it go down, nigga. Run from nothing, don't want to sell like old town, nigga. Showing love to everybody, that's the flavor I'm kicking. I came to party. Break! And tool up in a nigga face. What's with all the animals? Wait. Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. What you talking about, bro? Hold up, stop. Right
my energy.
Stop.
See my lip, my face, bitch, I'm tired. I got me something. I'm tired.
Stop. So you done? Hold up. Hold up, mother. Come here, Nana. Come here, Nana. Stand right there.
We got our energy
Damn,
out.
she bit your titty and everything, baby. Hey, look, come here.
Right.
Come here, stand right here.
I love my
Stand right here. I said stand right here. What I say? Stand right there. I said stand right there.
I didn't know you meant to.
I said stand right there.
Look at those eyes. Look at the devil. Look at those eyes.
Hey, listen. Hey, stand right here.
What the fuck happened? We're from the same motherfucking place. We're gonna be sisters. We're gonna get this shit out regardless. We can let these motherfucking people. I love you.
What the hell is this?
Stand back.
Are you kidding me?
I fucking love you. I don't care.
Yeah, you love the killer.
I understand. I apologize. I don't know how my energy is.
Bella looking like you lying. Look at Bella. Look how she looking at her. Like I'm finna kill you.
Yes, study those eyes. Look at that.
It ain't eyes of, I'm sorry, sister. It's eyes of, if you don't get your hands around me, off of me, B, I'm gonna kill you.
And you know what? You see, my thoughts and opinions on this. I personally think that Velva would have probably went back. But due to the fact that Velva is not into the polygamy, she doesn't want to share. But she did like everything else that was out there. That was really basically her big problem. People seem to
Sharon Nature Boy. She had no problem being the queen of carbonation and telling all the other girls what to do, when to do, how to do it.
And they serve her and everything. Yes. But she just didn't want to share him, and that's it. And then she talked about all the abuse and everything. But honey, he was abusing before, but you left, you came back, came back, then even left. And I wish I could find the clip. What I really wanted to show was when she had left, because she was with this dude here. Let's go back a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna get into you, Velvet. All right. Velvet right here, the dude that's behind her, his name is Omac, and they was together in a relationship. And Omac really loved her. I mean, I think he really loved her. Something by the way he just looked at her. You could tell when a man looks at a woman that you could tell he's in love, right? But she ended up, I guess sneaking around with Nature Boy on the side, so she dumped him to be with Nature Boy. And Nature Boy, I think he wanted to break up the relationship because he saw that they was getting really kind of close. These are all my thoughts and opinions, ladies and gentlemen, because I wasn't there. I'm just going by the little bit of clips that I've seen, right? So so she ended up dumping Omac or whatever. Then she got with Nature Boy and she had his baby. So one of the times that she had left Nature Boy, she went home and she contacted Omac. So now Omac comes back in her life. Omac took her back. The woman that cheated on him with with Nature Boy and made a baby, accepted her and the child, was, very loving and caring to her, but she basically made a fool out of him. She just used him. Then she went right back to Nature Boy. And then she sat up in the chair with Nature Boy. She insulted old Matt. Everything about him, sexually, everything. She just insulted him. But not once have I heard old Mac talk bad about her. But I think he done moved on. He found himself another woman. I hope he's happily ever after and stuff. But people seem to be forgetting about that. And I wish I could find that clip because I really wanted to show that tonight so you could see the different faces of Velvet. And another thing I didn't like what Velvet did, because one time her father came out there to help her. I think she kept calling for, like, come and rescue me, come and save me, or whatever, right? So he comes out there. I forgot where they was at. He comes out there. They're all sitting there at the table. I think she just had the baby. So it was her father and Nature Boy. Nature Boy was saying some things about her father, and I thought it was a little bit inappropriate. It wasn't appropriate at all. He'd say that, but she didn't even try to stop him from saying it. It was like he was saying something like the father was doing blah, 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 whatever. I don't know. Can't find that clip. But she didn't stop Nature Boy from doing that. And I thought that was bad. And I'm like, even like when her father was alive, rest in peace. That's a great dad. He was looking like, where you going? Where you going with this conversation? See, but everybody seemed to forget about these things. I remember these things. All right, we're going to show another clip. Now we're going to get into Mama Dia. Yeah, we're going to talk about Mama Dia. Yeah. And then yeah, we're gonna get into this one. Let's listen to music while I find it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I want to show the news clip with Velvet. Let me show that first, and then we're gonna get into Mama Dia. Let's hear what Velvet have to say. Poor Velvet. Pull out the violins for her.
Solo looks sweeter than some sugar cauliflower.
Hopefully, this is the clip, ladies and gentlemen.
And tonight with a story you'll only see on 11 Alive. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ron Jones.
And I'm Jennifer Bellamy. The wife of a reported cult leader wants to tell her side of the story. Alicia Bishop, also known as Nature Boy, remains behind bars tonight, facing charges that include rape. 11 Alive's Paula Suro just finished speaking with his wife, and she joins us live at the DeKalb County Jail where Bishop is tonight. Paula?
Yeah, Jennifer, after 3 years of knowing each other, Velvet Marquez tells me Eligio Bishop forced her to marry him. Why? She says that he'd tell her that she'd then be forced to bail him out of jail if anything were to happen to him. And of course, today, something quite opposite is happening. She's telling us her side of the story.
I feel that now looking back, I feel that I fell in love with an idea because he pretended to be someone that he wasn't.
Behind this smiling face, Velvet Marquez faced her hardest years next to Eligio Bishop.
He literally held me hostage. He took all of my identification, my passport, my birth certificate, my social, my bank card, everything.
Right.
Medical documentations.
She says Bishop, the leader of the so-called cult Carbon Nation, went from spoiling her to abusing her when she got pregnant.
I was forced to engage in sexual activity that I did not want to do. I was still strangled on multiple occasions. So I had to willingly engage in these sexual activities because of to keep myself safe. He would abuse me in front of the women.
She had their daughter in 2019, and a year and a half
Hold on,
later,
Donna. Pause that for a second.
forced her to legally marry him.
Now, if that's the truth, why was she chasing Nature Boy in Puerto Rico?
Exactly. And I don't understand. A lot of times when people are in domestic violence relationships or in cults, they can't leave because they don't have nowhere to go to. They don't have family. They don't have the money, resource. They don't have
But she
anything.
had places to go. She had a
Yes.
daddy, had a mama.
She had a daddy. She had a mother that was busting their butt to get her to come home. Bring the baby, to stay here, go to school. We'll help you take care of the baby. She had a support group. A lot
I
of people
think
don't have that, Jack.
I'm gonna tell you something, Donna. I think Nature Boy has a card under his ace under his sleeve. Because the
Oh, I
question
think so
is
too.
what happened to Mama Dia, and I
Mhm.
bet you Velvet was part of that too.
Yep, she was there at that time. I'm gonna show the Mama Dia. That'll be the next one. I just want y'all to hear what she has to say, Miss All Innocent and stuff. You know what I mean? But she had, the point I'm trying to make is she left and came back, but she has a mommy, a daddy. Her daddy flew out there, everything to get his daughter and his granddaughter. And what did she do? She turned around and she left and went back and forth, back and forth. But she said, "Oh, he took my passport. He forced me to get married." I don't know. I'm just saying. Okay, let me finish playing this clip here, and then we're gonna get into Mama Dia.
In a Las Vegas chapel.
There was no medical attention given to us. So when I actually went into labor, I had to be rushed to the hospital 2 hours away.
For years, the cult would drive and settle across Central America. Velvet says Bishop lived off of other members' PPP loans and life savings. She gave him her $3,000 college fund, while others gave tens of thousands of dollars. And after 4 tries, she successfully ran away with her daughter with no money but hope.
My child is important. I don't understand how anybody could leave their child to be with him or to go live with him.
Now, Velvet tells me she has since received death threats from Eligio, and that he even showed up to her family's home in Louisiana just months after she ran away. Jennifer?
Paula, do we know, did she ever try reaching out to law enforcement?
She tells me she did, but it was very hard to track him down because he moves so often running away from law enforcement. But of course, now he is behind bars. Now, we also did speak to a former cult member, and we have her side of the story as well on 11alive.com. Jennifer?
You see, this is interesting too. You know how I've been watching them for a few years and everything, and so we kind of like people who's been watching this. You really know the ins and outs of what was really going on. And when you watch this news clip, you really would think of it as like this poor woman. She tried to escape so many times, but nobody knows the whole full story. Her and a lot of them. And who's the other one? The other one who left a few times, kept coming back. The one who had Moose's baby. What's her name? Nikki, help me. What's her name again? Tori. She's another one who left a few times and came back. But I think now, she finally left, but she was trying to leave and want Musa to leave with her. But Musa's like, I can't leave my God. And she had a baby by him. Oh, it's just a mess. Bunch of clowns. All right. Let's get into this next clip. All right, listen to the music. Give me a second to find it. And this will be the last clip, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I found it.
It was good. It was a good experience. I'm so happy to be able to do that. There's the sun peeking through the clouds. Look at it. It's beautiful. Okay, yes. This is how I woke up in my tent this morning. Look at right here. I'm going to cut the ends off. Tent. Look at it. It's beautiful. And this is the tent.
Okay, this is Mama D. I guess this is when she first came, and shout out to the T, because I got the T. She has great footage. Make sure y'all check out the T if you want to get all the insight. And there's a couple other content creators, but you'll see them all over if you want to find out more about this combination.
I gave my heart to the earth early this morning. I know. It was good. It was a good experience. I'm so happy to be able to do that. There's the sun peeking through the clouds. Look at it. It's beautiful. Okay. Yes. This is how I woke up.
And she cut off all that beautiful hair for this nutcase.
Dead ends. The part that I perm. Have to take them off so it could do what it needs to do. Yes, so just detach yourself and leave Babylon because she has already been judged. And if you don't want to share her judgment, yeah, do what is right. Give your pot back to the earth. Give your water back to the earth.
What she means is you're supposed to poop and by a tree and pee by a tree. You're giving it back to the earth. They don't use toilets.
Take care, reflections. Here's my transformation from this morning. It's all gone. All this is natural. It'll do what it's supposed to do naturally. So I'll take you on my journey with my locks. Yes, it's beautiful. It feels so good. I feel so good. Yeah. You can do it too.
She still would have been live. She'd never listened to that bastard Nature Boy.
I agree.
And I'm sorry it took this long, but it's okay. I did it. My life journey has been interesting. Looking back from a little girl. It's been a spiritual quest the whole time, really. With a few bumps, which all life. We've on this earth is an experience. We're here to experience, to live life, but a dream. But I remember as a teenager. I tried to grow some dreadlocks. My mom tried to cut them off. I ran out the apartment, down the block. She chased me. Oh, that was funny. Oh my God, my whole life. But anyway, I got involved with Benai Zakin, Sons of the Ancient Israelite, at an early age. My life.
Healed and you will be. Will be healed. You're already healed. You gotta come close to me. You come close to me, you get close to mama, you will be completely healed. You listen to my videos, you eat the fruit, you eat the meal that I tell you to eat. Eat the food that I tell you to eat. I have a meal set regimen for you. It's on my page. If you need me to send it to you, I will send it to you. But you are Yes, I feel your soul. I feel you. I don't know why you caught me at the right time. I haven't had internet in a while, but yes, yes. You're welcome, Mama. Mama's very pleased. Okay, Reflection, I'm gonna need you to start eating vegan only. Vegan only, okay? Completely vegan.
You hear this, Jack? How he
Anything in your
talk to
body
these
that
people?
has meat
It's
or
like
blood in it,
Yeah, he went from vegan and then he went back to eating meat.
there's got vegan or fruit, mostly
Because he had to come to Jesus
you want to be
moment.
vegan
And
only, no
smoking
He was
soy.
losing muscle mass.
Make sure you. I sent you the meal regimen, so you can see exactly what you should be eating. And then you're gonna go all natural. Oh, I see you got your natural hair out. Yes, that's good. Wherever you live, you need to get somewhere very hot. You need to get somewhere between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. You need to get there fast because this is gonna heal you. Go on my page and watch the video about what is food. It should be there. It's just did it yesterday. It's called What is Food.
When you drink from the river, when you get the rainwater, when you sleep on the ground, you get in tune with the sounds of nature. When you're in the jungle, the color green itself is psychologically heals the body. I'm not playing with you. You're supposed to be sleeping on the ground. If you can't sleep on the ground right now, get you a grounding kit, an earthing kit. Go to Amazon.com, put an earthing kit. Get a grounding kit. Go to YouTube. Watch a movie
Look
called
at Velvet
Grounded.
standing
It's
by
a
her
grounded
man,
movie.
boy.
Watch that movie. It'll give you all the knowledge and information. I'm not playing. If you go to Nature Boy Grounded, you'll see videos I've done where I showed you in an electrical body voltmeter, where I showed you as soon as you touch the earth, literally just with a finger, your body goes to be every cell in your body start all the cells in your body starts the mucus in your body, inflammation in your body starts to go down.
Yeah.
I don't care what disease you have, whether it's HIV, herpes, soon as you touch the earth, soon as you eat from the earth, soon as you live in harmony with the earth and get rid of them people that you stressing out, arguing with. So you decide to live and be in harmony with the universe.
One morning we woke up and Mama Dia didn't wake up with us. And it was a shock.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to pause. I really want you to watch him standing up here talking. Look at everybody's expression. Listen to everything he said. Now, this is what they did after Mama Dia had passed away, okay? Just watch. Watch. Study it. Study body language. Study the eye contact. I will resume.
And get rid of them people that you stressing out, arguing with. So you decide to live and be in harmony with the universe.
One morning we woke up and Mama Dia didn't wake up with us. And it was a shock on us. We took her to the hospital took her to the coroner, and then, you know, it was a lot of paperwork involved, and we had to call her biological family, which was in Honduras.
I see a lot of nervous Nancy's, the nervous Nelsons out on there.
Everybody. This is why we wanted to make sure that everything happened, and we contacted all of her biological family and honoring her, making sure that her body
and look at Velvet's expression.
her body is being shipped to Honduras. So that's what we were going through. And it was a big shock on the family. It was like, whoa, out of nowhere. You know, the first thing that
look at the white girl. She's like, I need to find the exit.
Who knows? She probably felt like, hey, it's, I know my heart going bad. I might as well just go here and live my couple last days over here. Who knows what she was thinking? But we accepted her.
It has to do with leaving Babylon and some of my experience. I know, like for older people, it might seem hard to, leave their family, or some might have on their minds about, sickness, heart problem, high blood pressure, things like that, getting to the doctor, things like that, you know. Welcome to the room, Barry. Yes, and one thing from my experience, you know, I had heart failure years ago, and I had been taking pills for that. But the thing about moving, you're gonna heal your DNA. If you get closer to the tropics to get that direct sun, it will help you heal, and it will heal you.
But we accepted her. And you gonna blame me and the knowledge that I speak? You gonna attack the divine truth?
The thing about moving, you're gonna heal your DNA. If you get closer to the tropics to get that direct sun, it will help you heal, and it will heal you. And naturally, there's a fear, especially if you're going somewhere you've never been before, or you don't have any family there. You know, this might be something on your mind as well. And people who are retired or maybe living on a fixed income, you know, just want to let you know that your income will go longer, will go longer here, because it's reasonable to live here. You know, rent isn't expensive, and my suggestion is that
when I watch this part here when she's talking, it seems like Nature Boy programmed her to start, like she didn't know what she was getting herself into when she went out. We already know that for a fact. And she went out there and it was just like, oh, you have to get other people, get money, get donations, tell them to come out here, give her all your money. It's cheaper to live over here. Are you catching it, Jack, what I'm saying? Do you notice that? The way she's talking? Guess Jack not around. Okay, does anybody else catch it? Put in the chat. All right, I resume.
You hook up with someone else. If you are an older person, you know, and you feel that you don't think you could leave your family or something like that, you're vibrating to this frequency. Your heart is in your DNA to leave, to do the right thing, to get on the right path and do what is right. To the tropics, between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, you are going to heal yourself. I've been here 2 months and a week. And when I first came, you know, I took like half of my medicine, half of the pills, and I skipped days, you know, a couple of days at a time, and take half. And then in 2 weeks, I wasn't taking any. And it's been 3 months now, and I haven't had any effects, you know. Before I did that when I lived in America, and oh my goodness, it took 3 weeks, and I couldn't even hardly walk a block. That's how bad that was. But evidently, you know, my body has been healing, and it's been 3 months. And I just wanted to share that, you know, for those who might be ill or worried about making that transition, you know, to the tropics. All you have to do is to have direct deposit. You can use your debit card here and to get money, you know, to pay your housing, food, and things like that, you know. If you're worried about leaving your family, well, you know, you can't be afraid. When you're on the righteous path, when you want to do what's right, you have to put trust, you know, faith in the universe to take care of you, and it will. But you have to have faith. I think the important thing too here at Club Nation is that we put our morals and principle over desires. Mm-hmm. You know, when I first stopped eating meat, I desired to eat it because that's what all I knew. But then the morals and principles have to come over what we desire to do what is right. Yeah.
And so I just thought that was good.
Yeah, absolutely. The transition for you has been good.
Oh,
right?
definitely.
Oh, you should talk about that.
My health, I had high blood pressure. I'm still overweight, but I'm working on that. And I was taking medication for my heart, but I don't have that anymore. I've been grounded, eating the right on the B6 diet, so that has helped me.
They knew what was going on, and they informed us that they understood that she had heart condition for 30 years. And with taking that heart medicine, it probably messed up her heart in a way where it was irreversible. So she went to sleep and went into her next reality and transition. How beautiful is that?
Sandwiches.
With a smile on her face. Pray that you be able to leave that way. She was happy. It's unfortunate that it happened in our camp. Most people would love to blame that on me, and I understand it. But like we said, we were doing everything that was supposed to be done. We got the autopsy. She had a heart condition, and it was irreversible. She had it for 30 plus years. Now, if you know about heart medicine, then you know that heart medicine destroys the heart and its arteries and all that. And if it was the B6 diet, then a lot of people be dropping dead here. And it just would be, it wouldn't be, it's too many people on the B6 diet. You know, you can't say it was a diet. You can't blame it on us. Babylon will tell you this person died, and then you'll cry, oh my God, they died. And then what? That is not honor. Honor is when you hold the creed and what that person stood for every day. We are Mama Dia. We honor Mama Dia. Honor, to hold to esteem. Who is Mama Dia?
Took them pills, took their clothes, and took their money, right?
What she stood for. So many people want to care once they're not there. Ain't that crazy? You're nobody till something happens to you, till you're no longer there. But when she was here, no one worried. Not saying her family didn't reach out to her and care about her.
I never knew Mama Dia had a sickness.
You a lying ass nigga, bro.
She came here.
There's another nut here.
You gonna tell me what happened with my shit?
Yes, I am, because it's on. Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. You see what I'm saying? You're talking about my life here, and I'm right here in front of you. How are you gonna sit there and talk about my life to me?
Okay.
And there's a lot of things that I have out there that are misunderstandings, and I'm willing to explain them if you're willing to understand them. But if you're gonna take your side of the story and gonna tell me what happened in my life, that shit is crazy. How the hell I'm gonna tell you what happened in your life? Because I'm a liar. Oh, you gonna believe Young Pharaoh about what happened in my life? Nigga, you out your goddamn mind. I can explain everything that's happened in my life from my perspective because it happened to me. You can't tell me what the fuck happened in my life. Who the hell are you? I was here. You wasn't. You just using some goddamn allegories and he said, she said to come up with some theory, but I'm the one with the facts.
So when she died, why you didn't tell nobody at first?
Because we had to make sure we contacted the family. We had to make sure we did a lot of things. What the fuck I look like? Oh, she died.
Why you print out that fake? Why you print out that fake death certificate and fill it out yourself?
You got this. Let's get it. Let's get it. With paper, guy.
I'm on 1%. My phone is on 1%.
Wait. Oh yeah, I know your phone is on 1%. Let's get it.
Pull it out. Pull it out.
We got the files.
Pull it out.
Here it is.
Why y'all send her home naked? I know you printed that out on Google. You
Good
printed that out on
question.
Google.
Why you send her home
We didn't
nude?
print this shit out on Google. Look at his
You can. You can pull that up blank. You can pull that up blank on Google.
bro.
What you talking about,
bro?
I'll pull that up right now blank on
You
Google.
wouldn't know, would you? You wouldn't know. You wasn't here.
Okay.
You wouldn't know.
I know she did.
This came from the
I know she died. I know she died because you told her it was all in her mind.
The truth.
So how did Mama Dia die?
Mama Dia died because she had heart surgery. When I tell you this, Mama Dia had a bad heart. She had a bad heart. It'd be different if you seen people around here dropping dead, but you don't see people around here dropping dead. That was a special case. And so therefore, you need that's number one.
See, that's what narcissists like to do. They like to talk over you.
You don't know what happened.
You. So you won't say nothing else.
Number two.
You got her killed. You killed her.
Okay, so
you killed her.
You a roach. That's what you is. You was a roach. You killed her. Are you a vegan? Are you vegan?
Am I vegan?
Yeah.
I'm very much vegan, my dude. Very much vegan. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know how I know you're not vegan? Because you repeated the question. You repeated the question before you answered it which is a clear indication psychologically that you just lied. But I hope you do become a vegan. But if a woman comes here that's
I am a vegan.
If a woman comes here that's 50, almost 60 years old, and she had a heart condition for 30 years, she stopped taking her medicine and started to try to live a healthy life.
Yeah,
but the
he
doctors
is a
had
vegan.
did heart surgery on her before, and the lady had been in and out the hospital her whole life for her heart, and her heart goes bad while she's here.
Fries.
That's not my fault.
Hey, look.
It shouldn't be.
Hey, look. I'm gonna just say one more thing and then I'm out.
Bubblegum.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell.
All right, Mr. Bubblegum. Bubblegum by nature.
Before you go into that, can I just explain Mama Dia first so that people could understand what happened?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Because they want to know about Mama Dia. Okay. There's a lady, she was in her 60s, 50s, and 60s. She had a heart problem for about 30 years.
Uh-huh.
She was watching my teachings, and she wanted to come join us. When she came to join us, she had some medicine. Now, she told us she don't like the medicine. She said, I don't like the way it makes me feel. She said, I don't need it. I didn't really get into her business like that. She's like, I don't really need it. She's been taking it, this is a grown lady. This is a 50-year-old lady. So naturally, if Nikki was to come to me, we would see her with some pills and we'd be like, yo, Nikki, you good? She like, yeah. I like, what medicine is that? What's going on? And Nikki was discreet about it. She was like, it's nothing. Don't worry about me. Like, I have an issue with my heart, but I don't like taking these pills because when I take these pills, they make me feel tired and they make me I want to go out. I want to go to the river. I want to have fun. But then I take these pills, they make me feel bad. So as a grown woman, we're going to look at Nikki and we're going to be like, all right, cool. She good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not going to get in Nikki business like that. This was Mama Dia. So nobody going to tell Mama Dia, like, Mama Dia, you got to take the medicine or something. Because we didn't know her condition. We don't know her condition. She kept it light with us, right? So,
okay.
So eventually, one day she passes away in a tent. We all sleep in tents sometimes, like, right? So she passes away in a tent. We contact her family. It's no surprise to her family because her family's like, oh, we knew about her heart issue. We knew about everything that was going on with her. And so we was like, all right, cool. We made sure the body got to them in Honduras. We made sure everything we got the autopsy, which shows that she had a heart condition and she had a cardiac condition, right? Nobody else died in carbonation, bro. We're not killing people. You understand what I'm saying? So they took that incident and they keep repeating over and over and over.
But if I'm correct, they sent her body home. No clothes. She didn't have her possessions, her clothes, nothing. You're supposed to give that to the family, correct? Nature Boy.
Oh, she had no clothes on.
Yeah, you heard what young Pharaoh just said. He said, why she went there naked?
Damn.
And they took all her clothes, and I heard, y'all don't quote me on this and everything, but it was something like I heard that these women was over there wearing all her clothes.
And you took her medication.
Yeah. She's probably on medication. Explain. That's why I say all these people should be held responsible for this and a whole lot of the things. I don't think Nature Boy should be the only one going to jail. There are others. Okay? Especially that whole group that was out there. You saw all of them standing around, except for that white girl. She had a look like, I got to get out of here. Something ain't right. You don't need to be held responsible. All right, I resume.
That we killed Mama Dia, but we lost a friend. But she also let us know in her own way that she was coming to us to come to the highest frequency that she can go into the higher realms. So she got close to nature. She got to a higher understanding of consciousness.
And another thing that I know that these clowns don't have no sympathy. They care about her death. Because how come they don't have like a thing anniversary? This was the time that Mama Dia, died. We're going to give her a moment of silence or something. They never do that, Jack. Never. I've never seen them do it once. Or they just said, she had a bad heart. We ain't got to do. She was an old woman out here, and she just died. We're not like killing people. They never did it. Not once. I resume.
and then she passed away, which was, to me, if she had a 30-year heart condition, she was literally going to waterfalls. We was having fun. You should see her last days of her life was absolutely bliss, right? And then she passes. They said that I killed her, and I'm like, no, I didn't kill anyone. We live the way we live here, and that's what happened. But they continue to repeat it over and over, and so I never address it because I think it's rude, and I don't owe nobody explanations when it comes to Mama Dia, which is our friend, and we want her to rest in peace, so we don't give it no attention. So this is the first time in years, or maybe a year or so, that I've ever even said anything about it. But just to let it be clear, because new people will come along and they start chanting it too, Mama Dia, Mama Dia, Mama Dia. You don't know what happened. You wasn't here. So at the end of the day, with that being said, I want to allow Mama Dia in her form to rest. And I'm not gonna address this never again. What was the age of your cousin?
You know, I don't know her exact age. She's my father's first cousin.
Okay, well, around what age was she?
So my father just hit. Hold on real quick, number 3. I'm going to mute you right there. How old was she, Nature Boy? She was in your camp. She was a part of your family. So
no, I'm asking
pretty
her.
much answered.
I remember this.
Wait, can you let us talk, please? Can you let us talk?
Listen, Nature Boy.
Yeah, but I'm going to interject. I am going to interject at any time that I choose to, because you do the same on your platform. So I expect for me to be able to do the same.
We don't do age.
Fairness.
We don't do age here in Carbonation. We don't do age.
Okay. So with that being said,
I'm asking her cousin.
We don't do age.
I'm asking her cousin for.
So we're gonna skip that question. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Okay. So she was well off in her 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's just a 60-year-old woman. She knows her own life. She knows what she want to do. She can't be manipulated. This woman is a grown-ass woman. And I say that in the sense that she was doing what she wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Let's get, because now y'all can't do it, because this is a 60-something-year-old woman that decided on what she was going to do with her life. I didn't know about no heart issues at all. When she got here, people told me she had pills. She not taking her pills. And because when people come here, sometimes back then, it was like people would come to me and they would have their own issues going on. I didn't know what was going on with people. I heard she taking pills, and she is like, I don't like taking these pills. They make me feel sleepy. I want to be able to go out into the sunlight. I want to be able to go, and they make me feel drowsy. And so when she said that, this is a 63-year-old woman, 60-something-year-old woman telling us that she don't want to take those pills because they make her feel drowsy. Then she don't want to take them. She's good. She know what she got going on. We don't know. We just met this lady. She got a bag. She got her stuff in there. We like, oh, okay, cool. So we just continue to go as we go. So this is a grown woman. I want you to understand that she's 60-something years old. She's like our mom. She said she didn't want to take that meds. That it made her feel drowsy. It made her feel like lethargic. She didn't want to take it. She's had this heart condition, she said, for 30 years. I said, okay, this lady knows what's going on. I got other things I'm thinking about in the camp. So let that be known as far as what the truth is. Okay? So this woman she made her own decisions, point blank period. Ain't nobody manipulate her or make her. This is a 63-year-old woman. Now I can see how you can say these young people, we can make them victims. We can say, oh, they don't know any better. They're not making their own minds up. You're manipulating them. They're just going on what you said. Okay, I can see that, but a 63-year-old woman knows that's been around for a minute. She knows exactly what she's doing. And so I didn't get in her business.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this at this time. When she did die, what did you all do with her body?
We took her to the hospital because we live in Mexico. We in a bush. We live in Mexico. So we took the body out of the tent. We put it in our van because we couldn't call up ambulance because they were protesting on the streets. We took her to the hospital. The hospital would not take the body. So what we did, we took her to the coroner. They said, take her to the coroner. We took the body to the coroner. The coroner did an exam. He said it was the heart. They put the paperwork in. Then we contacted her family immediately, letting them know like what's going on, what happened. Her said, all right, cool, we're gonna come get the body. I said, I bet. So they came to the coroner, they got the body and flew the body back to her doors to have a funeral. That's exactly what happened.
Okay, so when you went to the coroner, was that who gave you the death certificate? And if so, do you still have the death certificate that you I showed on video of you showing?
It's been a minute ago. We don't have. It was Rambo. Rambo and Key went there. Rambo and Key, they went to.
Okay, they went there, but I showed a video of my live in front of about 1,000 guests, and they seen you in possession of this death certificate. So I want to ask you.
I had a copy of the death certificate back then. Not the death certificate back then.
So you had? Did you have a copy or an original? And if so, why were copies made?
Well, I think it was the. I don't really know. I know there's the paperwork from the coroner. You gotta understand, it's been years ago. So I'm like, I have so much happen to me, and I'm focused on so many things that I don't know.
So you did make a copy. So you did make a copy of the death certificate.
No, it was the original. I believe it was original because I don't got way to make a copy. There's no ways to make a copy at all because at the end of the day, we in a jungle. We was in a jungle, so there was no way to make a copy. So either way.
But you also had a MacBook. But you also had a Mac desktop, if I'm not mistaken, so you could easily make a
lady. When they fly the body off, they flew it from the coroner. They know what happened to her. Yo, her family knows what happened.
Hold on. Let's bring it down. I know comment section. Throw them purple hearts in the comments. We're gonna bring the energy down. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna control it. You know what I'm saying? Bring everybody back down to earth. You know what I'm saying? Keep everything cool and calm. The two brothers, they respect me as a goddess, so I would ask you to do the same. That's what we do around here. Now I'm going to unmute you, but I do want to get into this death certificate. Since you were in a jungle with cameras, phones, Wi-Fi, so you didn't have a printer, so you did not make a copy.
I didn't make a copy, ma'am. I'm telling you straight up.
With that original, go ahead.
Listen, lady, I don't got no reason to sit up here and lie to you. I'm coming on here to tell you what happened because it's her family. I want her family member to know what the hell happened. I don't got time to play these games and y'all sitting on these panels playing with my name. Y'all could do that. That's all weird. When I come on here, I'm trying to tell you the truth and give it to you. You can do whatever you want with that. You can do whatever you want with my image, whatever little clips and pictures and all that stuff people be saying. That stuff don't matter. I tell you the direct truth. Just like when I got on this panel, these two fellas, they know me. That no matter what you hear about people, there's always another side of the story. Okay, and I know you might get a following or you might get some views off my name, but there's always more to the story. You understand? So get the full side of the story before you just be assuming things that are true, what you hear. I'm giving you my side, and then you can do whatever you want with that. I'm only doing that out of respect for her family member because I want to know exactly what happened.
Okay, and my last question for the moment is, with that death certificate, since you do not have that original death certificate, since you did just say that you had the
pretty sure we gave it to her family.
You gave it to her family. Sure. Are you pretty sure? Is it a yes or no, or maybe?
We gave that to her family with the property with other property she had.
Okay.
When they got her, they had all her stuff, like, period.
Okay.
My opinion is you just said something, Nikki, about the judge is watching this. We have to remember these people that's in the courtroom, in these courts, and everything, they have so many cases to deal with. They're not really going to pay this that much attention. It's really not considered to be like a high profile case. Okay. Basically I'm getting all the news clips from Georgia. It's not, out here. Yes. Big up to the team. Put that up there. Yeah. And she has phenomenal videos. And so it's not a high profile case. So they only hearing bits and pieces. They're not going to sit here and examine everything. And then these people that's going to come on the jury, that they're not going to know anything about this, so they're just going to go with the flow, and that's it. That's why I feel it's not right, because other people need to go down too. It's not just them, because these people, they're going to put on the stand, their credibility is shot. Nefertiti's credibility is shot. How many times she left and been there too? Then one time she left, she went over and ran over there with TKO, what's the other guy, insulted him. Then she went back to Nature Boy. I mean, come on, really? Your credibility. Velvet, her credibility too. All of these people, their credibility is shot, because all of them is not innocent. And if I'm correct, I think, Nikki, I don't know if you know, correct me. I can stand be corrected. But why did Nefertiti leave the last time? Because last time I did this Nature Boy, that was because they all jumped Malia. They jumped her. And I saw Nefertiti was up in there ganging up on her. I'm hearing that they all jumped Nefertiti, so she left, so she's upset. But hey, it was okay for you to jump Malaya. So it's just not right. All of these people, they're not innocent. So with this little sad, all right, what are you saying here, Nikki? All right, she said, that's what I'm thinking. It won't hold up in court. Yeah, their credibility it's shot. Your credibility takes you a long ways. When you do stuff in your past, you got a bad past, and you've been in and out of jail, getting in trouble. Once you go up in the court, nobody's gonna pay you no attention. You could have changed your ways. They're not gonna care. They're gonna be like, who cares? But I really would like to know, why did Nefertiti leave the last time? Because when I did that video, and I was when they had the when Malaya got all upset and she ran out screaming out from the house, and they was all ganging up on her, basically jumping her because she wanted to leave. Nefertiti was up in there too. She had her pom-pom jumping at her, and they was all arguing for the wood. Can you believe this? They all mad because they all fighting over Nature Boy's wood. I never heard of it.
STD disease wood.
Yeah, I never heard
the wood that has willy lumps on it.
Yeah, I never heard of this. They was arguing like that. But I like to know
wood that had St. John's warts on it.
Another thing too, it's like what you call it? With Velvet leaving and stuff, I personally think Velvet would have came out, but due to the fact that Velvet went out here, she met some other man and had a baby by. Nature Boy ain't gonna take her back with her having another child. And plus, she's definitely not gonna go back now, because rest in peace. So her dad left, so she doesn't have her dad that she can go calling him, Daddy, I need you to come and get me. He's mistreating me. So she doesn't have that scapegoat so she can run to. It's just a mess, man. I'm telling you. All right, let's just hear a little bit what this clown have to say. But this clown left here. This is Tron. He left a long time ago. But Tron, you was there with the Mama Dia, so sorry, you ain't all that innocent. Let's get it.
Like, all right, cool. But there was no extensive research or extensive questions asked about her health. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I wish I could have done, is asked more about, the health and the state of her. You know what I'm saying? Because if someone's on medication and they're coming to the trial, but they say they don't want to take the medication, you should really, ask further questions, because, that person is in your life now. And that person, it's their life, you know what I'm saying? But it's also your life. So if someone comes into your reality, if someone comes into your personal, space and says, I don't want to take medication or whatever, you should be like, okay, well, why don't you want to take this medication? Is there a reason? And even on top of that, what are your conditions? You know what I mean? What's going on? Let's get the details behind, why, you know what I'm saying, and what you're even taking the medication for, before you just make a decision and you're in my personal space, you know what I'm saying, because this could be something that could be costly down the road, you know what I'm saying. And if I had done my own due diligence, and if I had been more attentive and more aware and more paying attention to the details, I would have asked those questions, and I definitely would have had a voice and had spoken up, you know what I'm saying. But I didn't, and that's something right there that I hold myself accountable for, because I definitely should have spoken up in those moments.
He does not allow people to have medical attention there. And this is why Mama Dia passed away when she was there in carbonation, because nobody
here she go. This is like a video she did the last time she left. For her.
But the physical body is
what happened. I saw that little smirk on your face when you stood there with Nature Boy.
Influence of why her life ended the way that it did.
Everybody saw that smirk when she was standing next to Nature Boy when he was talking about Mama Dia's death. Did y'all see the smirk on her face? Did you see that? And I think she's one of those people running around here wearing her outfits too after she died. Mm-hmm. You know, to anybody who's watching this that, you know, have pom-poms for Velvet, I'm sorry, I don't. I lost all respect to Velvet, the way she treated her dad that day when he came out there to get her at the table and stuff that she was saying and how many times she went back and forth because you're making fun of people that's going through domestic violence who's caught up in cults. All right? She had a mommy and a daddy to go home to. She went home, came back. Went home, came back. But that last time when she got pregnant by somebody, she knew she couldn't come back to Nature Boy with that. She knew she couldn't. Then when her father died too, she couldn't. That was it. Because she couldn't call up Daddy, come and rescue me. Darn shame. I resume.
You influenced her to stop taking her medications. Whether she said that shit verbally out of her mouth that she wanted to stop taking them or not, my nigga, you were the culprit. You actually influenced her to stop taking her medication. You dumbass nigga. That's why she passed away the way she did.
You knew he was doing it.
Zoka baby
you was okay.
passed the way
You probably
she
told
did
her too.
because you had a whole nother intention for her
Nature
child.
Boy. Nature Boy knows
You
everything.
didn't give a fuck about her. You didn't give a fuck about her child. All you gave a fuck about was how you was gonna get rid of that baby so that you could fuck Zoka and potentially get her pregnant.
This lady came to me. She came to me one day. I swear to God, I cried all day that day. I didn't know what to tell the lady. To me, and she said, and I'm gonna talk about this on still feeling, you know, some kind of way. I think you should just ground. You know, that's what I told her. I said you should ground. You should just ground. And I said, or if you really feel like something is wrong.
We at the waterfall. We made it over to the rock. Oh, there's a rock somewhere. Yep. Not the rock. Family frequency.
No, I'm done with you.
Yeah. Okay, it's time for Mama Dia to get in. I can't take a full picture myself, but here you go. Family's frequency. And look at the frequency I'm on, you guys. Shit, you can't beat this. See? Whoa. See the waterfall? Yeah.
Hello, my name is Isette. My mother was Mama Dia Magdalena. I don't talk very much about something so personal to people outside of my family and close friends. This is a very painful process to go through, and the healing is different for everyone. So there's a lot of healing that has to happen within my own family, with my husband and our kids, with my mom's brother, sister, aunties, uncles, primas, primos, cousins, everyone, nieces and nephews, uncles and aunties, and the family and friends that she had. So everyone is healing in a different way. And you may find that we don't speak about this online because, number one, priority is family, tending to the living, and honoring the dead and those who have passed, and taking care and attending to any of the needs that arise related to that. That's number one priority. And so any energy or time able to give emotionally has been directed in those directions. I understand that a lot of people want to know lots of information online about what happened with my mother. She passed away in 2018 in June after being with a group, a US citizen-based group that travels throughout Central America. They call themselves Carbon Nation or Melanesian, and the members change frequently. And you may have read or seen stories of people that leave there in horrible conditions. She arrived there in April of 2018, and by the end of June of 2018, we received a phone call in the morning from Eligio Bishop stating that my mother had passed away during the night. And so that is what happened to my mom that year. Anything related to that, we have spent our time and energy in trying to resolve. But I think people outside of our family are all left wondering what happened and what the details were. Like I said, this is an emotional topic to talk about, and so you will not have seen us online. My brother and I miss my mom very much. And in fact, likely that he and I have felt the pain the most out of everyone affected, which is why you've also seen and heard from us the least, because we have a lot of healing internally to do. And anytime you lose someone, that is not something that can be timelined or tracked or planned for. So many would say, well, why hasn't anyone spoken out already? Well, we've all been busy as a family healing and communicating and doing a lot. Just that people don't see that. And some will say, well, why is someone saying something now? Well, healing takes its own time to happen. And action always comes first. And then you inform. And so I'm just going to share a little bit of information to help share the facts for those of you who perhaps were moved by my mom, Magdalena, also known by my Mama Dia. And some of you were maybe inspired by her or cared for her in a different way. And so essentially, in July of 2018, beginning of the month, I had contacted the Honduran consulate in Mexico, which is standard protocol. If someone who is traveling overseas or out of the country encounters a crime or a situation, such as my mom did. She passed away, and the report officially says through heart issues. However, the details of what caused those issues have not really been shared by the individuals that were there with my mom. And so certain questions haven't still been answered. In addition to that, all of her belongings and items have not been returned. And in fact, they have refused to return them. And so as my mom was traveling with this US-based group named Carbon Nation, led by Eligio Bishop, and with a variety of other members' names who I will share in a moment. But as she was traveling with them, since she passed away and is a Honduran citizen, then, I contacted the consular. And so what we stated was, I want to file a report with the Honduran consulate due to some disturbing facts in this case. My mother, a Honduran citizen, died in Palenque, Chiapas, Mexico, while traveling. The associate she was traveling with is named Eligio Bishop, and he turned her into the morgue in Chiapas, Mexico, without clothing, just her body. And he has stolen and kept all of her ID, passport, phone, and items, including clothing, jewelry, and any possessions that she had while she was traveling with them. Eligio has refused to turn them in, upon me asking many times to return the item of the individual, my mom, who passed away. It seems like a standard procedure to do. And when someone keeps those, that is theft. In addition to that, Eligio recorded the phone calls when calling each of us to tell us that our mother had passed away. He recorded when he called my mom's best friend, which we didn't know at the time that he was recording our phone calls. But as he contacted my mom's best friend, myself, my brother, my mom's husband at the time, and other family members, he recorded their phone calls. In addition to that, which doesn't make sense to me at all, which we did not know at the time when he called us to say that my mom passed away and we were trying to get information, but he had been recording our calls from the beginning. In addition to that, he's been playing those recordings live as a stream on his social media channels, whether that was YouTube or Facebook. This was in 2018, weeks after my mom passed away. He's playing these online as a public stream for people to listen into. Eligio, as well as Rambo, Natural, Velvet, Sheba, Tron, they were all individuals that were there. And when I asked for anyone's real name, I kept getting all these nicknames. So I asked Rambo for his real name and he would not give it. So I'm on the phone with individuals that my mom was staying with and who had seen her last, and no one was willing to give me information. In any case, they said they spoke with police about her death, my mother's death. But when I asked for a name of the officer or a copy of the report, Rambo said that he didn't have one. He didn't get a name or a police report number or a name of the officer that he spoke to. So in addition, I also want to know how I can file a police report to Chiapas for the theft of her belongings, as well as further questions as to what my mother was doing the day she passed away, the days leading up to, because after repeatedly asking on the phone what my mom was doing the days leading up to, because she usually asks for assistance or she has some sort of signs or symptoms. And so my husband and I have been asking for that information. They all stated that they cannot talk about that right now. They said there was no time to talk about that and that we needed to hurry up and take care of the body, which they were referring to my mother as the body. Okay, so that's an official first statement that I gave to the Honduran consular, since my mother's a Honduran citizen and that's the proper channels to go through. And that was done way back in July 2018. And so in 2018. And so that information has already been shared. That is fact. So on the night of June 26th, my mother died in Palenque, Chiapas, Mexico, while traveling with Legio Bishop and others. On June 27th, Legio Bishop called stating my mother died in her sleep. Our family was able to claim my mother. One of our family members was able to officially, legally claim my mother as a relative, so that the funeral director was able to prepare my mother, which means embalm her, and prepare her to be shipped back home to Honduras. Now, when I asked Eligio multiple times to mail my mother's ID, birth certificate, phone, and personal items to me, he said no, they are all keeping it. He has sent threatening things about me and my mother in writing on an online forum. He wrote, "You're dead. Stop worrying about material things. Your mother was dead long before she came down here to us. Don't worry about where we're located. You'll never find us in many lifetimes." And I have printed images of those statements in writing. These were the statements that he made in an online forum while streaming the phone calls of myself, and if not myself, my brother, my mom's husband at the time, and her best friend, family members that he called to tell them that my mom had passed away. He recorded those conversations without their knowledge and played them online in a public forum, and within that forum made these statements that I just said. to which I do have copies of those. So I have a few disturbing facts that I listed on my report to the consular. Of course, the first one, that Eligio turned in my mother without any clothing, and also not including any of her belongings to leave with her when they delivered my mother's body to the morgue. No legal papers for her, nothing. Eligio and the others also left the funeral home very quickly, I found out later. By the time our family was able to talk with the funeral director on the phone, Eligio and the others were gone. During these phone conversations with Eligio and Rambo and Sheba and Velvet and Natural and whoever was on the speaker, which when I asked to speak to my mother's friends, who are my mother's friends? I want to speak to them and see what mom was doing. Then Eligio says, they're all right here. You're on speaker. Her whole family's right here. And they're all like, hi, we're all here. Okay, so I hear like 4 or 5 other voices. So some of these individuals were involved in moving my mother after she passed away and taking her to the morgue. But they didn't stay very long. So a lot of the time when we were talking to them, they probably already left. And they kept avoiding our questions that we asked when we wanted more details about what happened, because my mom was a very active person before she arrived there. Sure, she did vegan eating before she arrived. She did vegetarian eating before she left to go there. But she was also a manager of a store. She worked 6 days a week. She traveled across the country a couple of times in the last year before she left to go there. So there were some details missing. She isn't just all of a sudden. Now, I did see a video in which she stated she stopped taking her medication. And it's very convenient to be able to capture someone in one moment saying that they stopped taking the medication. As many people know, with any heart medication, people do skip days and feel like maybe they can scale back, and then they switch back on to taking medication. Now, my mother did that from time to time, where she would see if she could not take some for a few days, and then she'd take them again. When my mother traveled to go with this group that we had never met, and who myself and my husband did not trust, none of my family members trusted this group. But when she left with about 2 months worth of medication with her. Now, someone who's traveling to go visit a place and takes that much medication with them is planning to continue to care for their health while they're there. She made a very specific, conscious choice to make sure to fill out a prescription and have those ready for her when she went down there. Okay. So Eligio's friend Rambo, which I don't know his real name because he did not give one over the phone, claims to have contacted the police when my mother died, like I stated. But he said he did not get the police report number or the officer's name. When I did ask him for, okay, well, can I get your first and last name? Hello, I'm talking to people who just informed me that my mom passed away and she's in a completely different country. Of course, I want to get the names of the people. Like, this is a serious situation. And when I asked for his first and last name, he doesn't say anything. It just becomes crickets. I asked what my mother was doing the night she died and the days leading up to it. Eligio said, we can't talk about that right now. You need to hurry, and they're waiting so that you can get the body. Velvet also said that. We need to hurry. You have to hurry. We don't have time to talk about that right now. And I'm like, where are my mom's friends? And they're like, we're all her friends. It's her and Sheba. I don't know if she had a different name, but we're all here. You know, we're here. So I asked again, well, what was she doing? And nobody could say anything. They should have said, we can't talk about that right now. What I want to explain is that at the same time that I'm having these conversations with them, my family is frantically working to see how they can make the official channels to claim my mother, which takes quite a bit of steps to authenticate papers and documentation and identity. And at the same time, they're in communication, my family's in communication with the funeral home and the embassy, getting all the right information. And yet, when I'm speaking to Eligio and Velvet and Sheba and Rambo and Natural, maybe Tron's on the phone, I just know I'm on speakerphone, there's a lot of people around. I tell them, my uncle is working on going through the proper channels and is handling that. I have the time to speak on this. We are not wasting time doing this. He's handling one thing. So stop interrupting my uncle's conversations, my uncle's calls, and let him focus on getting that done and take care of my mother. You guys can talk to me right now. We are here and we can answer these questions. But they would never want to answer them. So it was on July 20th that Eligio played these audio recordings live on his online show. He also showed a written copy of her death certificate online. And you could hear each person crying as they found out my mother passed away, while thousands of people are watching this YouTube live feed. Okay, first of all, I'm not in the world of carbonation. I just know that there was a lot of things that were distrustworthy about it. And so I always questioned and warned my mother about going, but she lives on the other side of the country. And she's a very kind person. And I'm sure that whatever information was given to her in a certain way made it seem as if they were good people. And my mom would probably give people the benefit of the doubt, even though she was seeing and hearing these negative things. Eligio always had an explanation for it to explain it away. And so given that situation, I don't understand why he felt the need to play sorrowful messages of individuals finding out that someone close to them had just died. And while doing this and showing this written copy, being extremely arrogant, uncaring, definitely, and unethical. This is very disturbing. And I'm not spending my time just searching for this type of video to watch. Someone told me this guy is on here playing phone calls of your family, crying, discovering that your mom has passed. And so then we turned it on to see, and I could see and hear them, which was very, very cruel. So I didn't watch that. There's no way, because those types of conversations are not meant to be replayed. They're not meant to be reheard. And I don't need to sit there and listen to them because no one should have heard those. They should not have been recorded. In any case, I do have copies of the types of things he was saying on the stream. Now, for some people, they'll talk about this written copy. What I can state is that an official death certificate has many, many avenues to go through to become certified. Okay, and rest assured that our family has received the certified copy. Okay, if you're seeing something in writing, that's probably just an intake form. And so the information from when I saw it in 2018 seemed to match, but it was like a written intake form. Okay, it's not an official death certificate. We have an official certified death certificate. Okay. So he does not have that. That looks to be some written intake form that they completed at the morgue. It's not something that can be used for anything. It's not official. It's not certified. It's just informational. So that's what I can say on that. I also just let them know that Eligio Bishop is a U.S. citizen that has gotten into trouble throughout Central America, arrested in Costa Rica and fought with police, trouble in Honduras, and he fled, and now Mexico, and that he's a danger and needs to be found for questioning. When my mom went to visit Carbonation, she went and landed in Belize, and yet they moved around quite a bit to the point that they ended up in Mexico, which was never her first intention, first of all. So apparently this group moves around a lot. So that's already one scenario that was not in my mom's plan. Number two, when my mother had decided she was going to go and do this, we discussed talking about staying in constant contact with each other and including doing video chatting or Skype communication regularly because she was working on eating more naturally. She was going to cut off her relaxed hair, and we were going to discuss some different natural hair care, because I and my family have been utilizing a formula that I have been working on for years at this point already. So my mom already knew about this and was very happy about that. And I told her that I was going to send something for her, and she was like, yes, we can Skype regularly, we can do a natural hair journey. So this was the intention that my mom had. Contact with the outside world, constant communication, that we were going to talk regularly, and she was going to just be living naturally and maybe learning some different energetic things. Okay. And then the communication definitely stopped, where I was texting her a lot and I wasn't getting any responses back. Eventually, probably after a month and a half or so, I got some kind of communication in her Facebook Messenger, but very minimal, to the point that I wondered if it was even my mother. And then all of her postings changed on Facebook to being something different, like very much focused on rhetoric and quotations from.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this, but I think you get the gist of everything that's happening. You get to hear the daughter's side of what's happening. They totally did this woman wrong. You know, hopefully there's a way, since now he's under investigation, she can get open up a case and have them all investigated, because people need to be accountable to this, because what happened to Mama D was wrong, and there's other people responsible, and all these clowns know exactly what happened, and they don't even care. It's wrong. Okay. I'm going to show a quick 5-minute educational video. And the reason why I'm showing it, because we're going to talk about people that's a dark empath. And I think he is a dark empath. I think a lot of these cult leaders are dark empaths. So I'm going to show a video, explains a little bit what's a dark empath. And then after that, ladies and gentlemen, I will let you go. Okay. So hold please while I show it. So sad what happened to this lady. All right, let me find this video. Please hold here a second. Okay, this clip I'm going to show you, this from Psychology to Go. Yes, Psychology to Go. And they're going to explain exactly what is a dark empath. All right, and it's a very dangerous personality disorder. So I'm gonna play this so you can see what it's about. All right, and after this, I'll let you go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it.
Hey Psych2Goers, welcome back to our channel. We wanted to let you know that we truly value your ongoing support. It's viewers like you that help us in our goal to spread awareness about mental health and psychology. Together, we can continue to help make psychology and mental health more accessible to everyone, so thank you. Now, on to the video. When you hear that someone is an empath, you may think it's a good thing. They have a great sense of what others are feeling or thinking, and they have a great deal of empathy as well. But what if someone possessed cognitive empathy and displayed traits of a dark personality type? Would they use your feelings against you, know exactly how to behave to appear kind and normal while hiding their true intentions? Well, a dark empath may do just that. A study by Haim and Associates found that out of a group of 991 participants, 19.3% were dark empaths. Those with dark personality types are thought to be so based on their rank of dark triad personality traits and lack of empathy. The dark triad is a term used to group 3 malevolent personality traits in psychology. The dark triad comprises the traits of Machiavellianism, narcissism, and psychopathy. Dark triad personality types rank high in the 3 dark traits, while low in empathy, while empaths are ranked low in dark traits and, of course, high in empathy. But a dark empath ranks high in both dark triad traits and empathy. But just because you display empathy doesn't mean you share another's feelings emotionally. That is effective empathy. Dark empaths often use cognitive empathy to their advantage, meaning they know what it is you want and feel, but dark empaths may use it against you. So, to help you recognize if you're being manipulated by someone who has both cognitive empathy and malevolent traits, here are 5 signs of a dark empath. Number 1, their kindness often feels fake. Your partner cuddles with you after a romantic evening with you. They say comforting words when you're worried, and they compliment you at seemingly the right time. But you can't shake this feeling that something is off. Something doesn't feel sincere about it all. In fact, they sound a bit forced or fake with certain actions. So what's going on? Dark empaths know what to say and how they should act to appear as if they're the perfect partner. So they may sound a bit forced when they pay you certain compliments or go forward with certain actions. It's important to look out for dark triad traits and other signs before jumping to the conclusion that they're a dark empath, because they may just be a people pleaser. Number 2, they manipulate you. Dark empaths often will use their insight into cognitive empathy as a means of manipulating others. Since they are aware of what you might be feeling or thinking, they know exactly how to use your emotions against you. They may have no boundaries and only focus on fulfilling their needs. If you notice the end of every argument or discussion that only their needs are met, they may be manipulating you. Number 3, they guilt trip you. In the study from Haim and Associates, dark empaths displayed higher indirect aggression than your average person. This was especially true in guilt tripping tactics. If you notice your partner often uses guilt as a means of getting you to do what they want, this may be the first sign that they're a dark empath. Number 4, they love malicious humor. Dark empaths also demonstrated especially high indirect aggression in malicious humor. Sigmund Freud, the famous founder of psychoanalysis, called this type of humor tendentious. It's the worst type of humor and is destructive in nature. When one uses malicious humor, they often make hurtful jokes that put others beneath them, giving them a feeling of superiority over others. And number 5, they spread rumors. Those who have the dark triad trait of Machiavellianism often enjoy deceiving, manipulating, and exploiting others in order to achieve their own needs and desires. Dark empaths have an easy way of manipulating others by narrowing in on their feelings and weaknesses. They may spread rumors about what they've sensed you're most insecure about or vulnerable about. They know exactly how to hurt you because they have the ability to understand what it is you're feeling on a cognitive level. They simply need to understand what it is that hurts you and spread gossip and rumors focused on that to get exactly what they want. So, have you met a dark empath? Do you know someone who shows these signs? Which one jumps out at you? What will you do next? Let us know in the comments below.
Okay, into that class lesson. Okay, so I want to show that one because I feel that, this clown and a lot of these, cult leaders are dark empaths. And him and a lot of those people that's out there with him in the combination is the same thing. All right, Jack, are you around? You there? Would you like to share your closing thoughts? And then I'm gonna wrap it up. Everybody over.
Nature Boy gets life in prison. The carbonation crew gets arrested, and they're hopeful they can share some sales with this brand. They all are complicit in this conspiracy.
I agree. It's innocent. I'm sorry. Not at all. They all want to put it all down on Nature Boy, but not. Same thing I felt like with R. Kelly. You know, he didn't do this by himself. All these people is not innocent. They're not.
No.
But we'll see what happens in the courts. Goes to trial. I'll follow it, but I'm not gonna be doing a whole bunch of Nature Boy commentary, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want my channel to be focused on, the Nature Boy, but I just want to talk about it because I talk about toxic relationships and cults. It's a toxic relationship, so I want to touch in on that one. But also reading the description, I will do that a day of talking about dangerous cult leaders, and you'll see in the description of the dangerous cult leaders I'm going to discuss. I was going to do it tonight, but I guess you can see I wouldn't have had no time. It's been like a 4-hour live stream. That's too much. So maybe I'll do it next week or something, and I'll talk about the other 4 cult leaders. And ladies and gentlemen, talk to your children, talk to your nieces and nephews. If you have grandchildren, I don't know, talk to your grandchildren, educate them about these cult leaders because they out here. They prey on your children. They prey
Talk
on
to your parents.
Yeah, talk to you. I'm sorry, right
Because
there.
look at Mama Dia.
Yes, talk to your parents. Yep, Mama Dia. Question where they going. You supposed to be in contact. Who's their new friends? They try to isolate you, and it's just not right. But they out here. And like I said, if y'all want to check too, I did some commentary on the cult leader that was in New York, and he's done. He's in jail for life. You can look on that one. And I have commentary premiere on Thursday, and relationship is about jealousy. Yes, jealousy. All right, that's just about it. Everybody, thank you for being here for so long. Thank you, mods, for being here. I appreciate it. Everybody had themselves a blessed and a great one. And always remember, be careful. Not everybody comes into your life with good intentions. You got a lot of dark empaths out here that just preying on people. They study you, they watch you, they know your weaknesses, and they act like they really care. They have sympathy, but deep down, they really don't. They don't care. They just out to destroy you or use you for their gain. It could be money, finances, sex, or whatever it is. I don't know. Bye.